Have you ever left a conversation feeling emotionally drained? Not angry, not sad, just smaller? The person smiled. They listened carefully. They even said all the right things. But later that day, you replay the conversation in your head and think, why do I feel worse than before? If this sounds familiar, let me be very clear. This isn't about being too sensitive. And it's not in your imagination. It's about recognizing how manipulative people operate in everyday American life. Quietly, politely, and strategically. Today, I want to walk you through 5 clear signs you may be dealing with an evil person. Not in a dramatic movie sense, but in a real psychological sense. And once you see these patterns, you'll never unsee them. 1. They don't listen to understand. They listen to map you. Healthy people listen to connect. Manipulative people listen to collect information. Think about a coworker who seems unusually interested in your struggles. They ask about your childhood, your insecurities, your fears at work. At first, it feels supportive, but weeks later, those same details somehow resurface, used subtly against you in meetings, performance reviews, or private conversations. In the US, this often shows up in corporate environments, social circles, or even dating. They don't interrupt you. They don't judge you. They simply file everything away. Every story becomes data. Every vulnerability becomes leverage. 2. Their kindness feels polished, almost rehearsed. This one confuses a lot of people because on the surface they seem nice, charming, helpful. But notice when they show up. They're incredibly attentive when they need a favor, emotional support, or validation. But when you're overwhelmed, sick, or struggling, they're suddenly unavailable. In American culture, where politeness and positivity are valued, this kind of behavior often goes unnoticed. But real kindness is consistent. It doesn't disappear when it's inconvenient. If their warmth feels transactional, that's not generosity. That's strategy. 3. Watch how they react when others fail. This is one of the most revealing signs, and it's rarely talked about. Pay attention to their eyes when someone else messes up. A coworker gets laid off. A friend goes through a breakup. A colleague misses a promotion. They might say the right words. I feel so bad for them. That's unfortunate. But if you look closely, there's often a flicker of satisfaction, not concern, not empathy, just quiet approval. In everyday American life, this often hides behind humor or sarcasm, a subtle joke, a dismissive comment. Evil doesn't always look angry. Sometimes it looks amused. 4. They don't attack loudly. They destabilize calmly. This is where many people get trapped. They don't yell, they don't threaten, they don't explode. Instead, they plant doubt. They say things like, "Are you sure that's what happened? I think you're overreacting." That's not how others see it. Over time, you start questioning your own memory, your instincts, your reality. In the US, this shows up a lot in relationships, workplaces, and even families, especially under the label of being rational or logical. But calm words can still cause chaos, especially when they're designed to make you feel unstable. 5. They want emotional closeness without emotional responsibility. This is the most subtle and most damaging sign. They want access to your inner world, your fears, your hopes, your emotional energy. But when you're hurting, overwhelmed, or vulnerable, they disengage. They don't want to carry pain. They want control. In modern American culture, where emotional openness is encouraged, this dynamic can feel normal at first. But healthy connection comes with accountability. If someone wants your soul but refuses responsibility, that's not intimacy. That's exploitation of the truth. People like this rarely reveal themselves openly. They don't wear warning labels. They don't announce their intentions. They calculate in silence. And they rely on one thing: your self-doubt. If this video resonated, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not weak. You were targeted. Awareness isn't about becoming cold or suspicious. It's about protecting your peace. Set boundaries without guilt. Trust your intuition without apology. And if this helped you feel seen, share it with someone who might be questioning themselves right now. Because awareness is the quietest and strongest way to win without fighting.